In this tutorial, we are talking about working time and pause time. That means you have basically a room that the product has to stay in for a while. And instead of creating several steps behind, you create one step that always switches between two states, working and pause. I already prepared a couple relays, a fan, heating, cooling, fresh air, and the unit on. What we also have to check is if there is a sensor, and we have already one room sensor, then we can also activate the humidity sensor in position 2 if we want to. Then we are creating a new process. We call it climate, just climate, and then a pause code where we just say it's pause. So what we want is 1 hour of working time and then 10 minutes of pause time. Here we can also change the total time, which we want to use it total time in hours. Then what we also activate is humidity control, and we want the humidity band. And then we always activate frequency drive 1 if the fan, for example, has a frequency drive. We save it, and we can see that it's a climate pause process. The fan, we want to activate the fan only in the work mode. This is what we can see down here. The heating is simply activated. The cooling, we want the cooling also only in the work mode. The fresh air, we want to have the fresh air also in the work mode. That way, every time the pause is activated, the fresh air will open and we have some fresh air going into the room. We save it and we publish it. Once we go into the programming, when we update it to the new version, we can find an empty spot. I'll take number 5. And we can see that we have a new process to choose from called climate pause. We open it up, and then we can see we have a total time, which I will put to 5 hours, a working time, which I put to 1 hour, and a pause time, which I will put to 6 minutes. Then I can also choose to set a room temperature. Here I want it to 10 minutes. The humidity, I don't mind this time, and I just leave it empty. When I then go to add a second step, and I want this step to actually work forever, I can then open a total time, and instead of choosing a low number, I use 9,999. And with that, it's actually a continuous operation and it will never stop unless you stop it manually. We choose again 1 hour and then 5 minutes. So every hour, 5 minutes pause time, and we go to 8 degrees. The next thing we can do is we can set a name, and I call it climate, just climate. We save it. And then we can go into the options menu, advanced, last one, and display settings. And we have to check the setting that we want the process time in hours and not in minutes. Then we start the program. Once the program started, we can see the total time, the working time, and the pause time. And once it switches to the pause time, the relays will stop according to what we set in the cloud. Then when we go to the next step, we can actually see it. There is no more total time, but it's just continuous. It will just continuously do this until someone comes and stops the system. Patrick.
Okay.